world.
Ladies and gentlemen.
DC Cormier.
Undefeated. This, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here is the 2-division UFC champion, heavyweight and lightweight, light heavyweight divisions, 2 times Olympian, 6-time USA Freestyle Wrestling National Champion, NCAA Division I All-American, has held the heavyweight championship in every organization he has fought in, and he's here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here, Daniel Cormier! Yes, champ!
That's easily one of the best intros I've ever had. Give me chills.
Like, you're talking about yourself here.
I mean, jeez.
Oh, man, I just have to say, like, when it comes to the UFC, you're one of my favorite people to watch because I watch for the real fundamental, the basic appeal of the sport itself of MMA. And you never had any controversy that I know of, at least, surrounding your name other than the opponents that you have fought. We've seen you in there in some serious battles. You always walk away a good sport about it. You know, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part.
If I lose, I'm crying.
Yeah. I've seen that too.
I get mad.
You don't mind crying in front of the public?
Hell no, I don't, man. Listen, Sway. I've done that since I started wrestling at 10 years old. Like, I just put so much of myself into everything that I do that when it doesn't go the way that I anticipate, I can't really control the emotion. Like, everything that I do, I give 1,000% of myself. So if I get, usually I try to make it back to the locker room, but doesn't always work out that way.
Has anyone ever tried to use that against you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They do it all the time. Like, you're crying. I'm like, dude, this is nothing new to me. I've done this. If I've lost 100 times in my life, I've cried 100 times in my life.
I know
That's a well-balanced man, though.
What do your family say about that when your kids or something see you crying?
My kids have never seen it because they just started going to the fight. But like my sister and my brother, my older brother is a little bit inappropriate because he'll make fun of me. He's like, "I'll make your ass cry like niggas did." Like, dog.
That's fucked up.
It's real, man. I'm like, dog. Like, goddamn, dog. I'll make your ass cry like niggas did. Cry since you was a kid.
Wow, baby.
He's the worst.
Yeah, your big brother always gonna feel like he could whoop your ass.
I'll bust his ass, though. I done learned some skills now.
You can bust his ass.
Yes.
You got this big fight with Derrick Lewis that's coming up November 3rd, Saturday.
Yes.
Madison Square Garden. Cormier against Lewis. Now, Lewis just fought back in October.
Yeah.
And pretty much got beat the entire fight except for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, well.
If that.
Yeah, like 12. But he hits hard, man. He's a guy that, when he started his UFC career, he was only 3-2. But he's won 9 out of his last 10 in all knockouts because he's a big guy and he throws everything with crazy power. He's got big heart. That's, I think, what was on display when he fought Volkov.
Yeah.
His heart, because he got beat from pillar to post for 14 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Landed that big right hand and put that dude out, man. So I've got to be very careful in my approach to him early because he's so dangerous.
Why would he fight only what is this? What are we in?
A month.
A month. It's been a month and a half. Like, your body needs time to recuperate. His face hasn't even healed. You know what I mean? Like his limbs, his arms, his legs. What is it? The money? Like, why is he fighting?
Money, and also when you get a chance to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world, you don't say no, right? Like we all since we were kids, growing up, knowing that, you know, from Muhammad Ali to Mike Tyson to Vander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, is like the heavyweight champ of the world was the man, right?
Yeah.
Even if you watch WWE, it was like the heavyweight champ's the man, right? So you get a chance to be the man. You get a chance to be the man if you become the heavyweight champ. So when he got offered that fight, he was like, I have to take it. Yeah. Obviously, there's more money that comes with fighting for a championship, but the prestige of that belt, man, is unbelievable, and I feel it, right? I've been a light heavyweight champ for 3 years.
Yeah.
But the moment I wore that heavyweight title, everything changed. It went from certain things to national things. Big, like I'm here.
You're here.
Right? It's
yeah, okay.
bigger things, right?
Yeah.
Before it was I would do a radio show at home or maybe a couple other ones. But when you become the heavyweight champ, things open up to you that you could never even truly imagine.
Wow, man, I'm so happy for you. This is a true champion, too, right here. Daniel Cormier. We got Leyland on the line from South Dakota. Good morning, Leyland.
What's poppin'?
Yep.
Hey, good morning. It's actually Waylon.
Oh,
hey,
my bad.
No worries. No worries.
Fight me for
Good
it.
morning.
How you doing, Waylon?
Fight me for it.
You can fight Sway, but we've been training up in here, Waylon.
Throw your punch, man.
Right his knees, man.
All right.
He's got weak knees, I think.
Oh, man. Go ahead. What's your question, Waylon?
What's up?
Sorry, sir. Well, DC, I was just wondering. I was over in I was in Vegas when you fought John Jones, and I thought it was a great fight. Is he going to get back in the game, and are you going to give him a chance too again?
He's fighting next month. In December, they're going to take the light heavyweight championship from me because having two is it's cool, but it's hard to defend them both.
Yeah.
So the promotion has to move on. Jones is going to fight Gustafsson, but the reason I was okay with the title getting taken, not that I was truly okay with it, but okay enough is the fact that whoever wins, I'm guaranteed the first title fight.
Okay.
If I want it. So that kind of makes it a little bit easier. Problem is I'd have to lose a lot of weight, like 40 pounds to get back to 205. But, yeah, competitively I want to fight Jones again, but we have to see what happens with him and Gustafsson.
Is it disappointing for you that, that he had dirty test, like how for you, he beat you. But does it leave, like, wonderment in your mind that did he beat me because he was dirty, or did he beat me because he overmatched me on skill?
So the thing about Jones is he's an extremely talented guy. Like, he's so talented, and he's got a lot of physical gifts that we don't have. I'm 5'11". Dude's like 6'4".
Yeah.
His wingspan is 85. He's got like arms like a basketball player, so he can hit me before I get to him. So I've got to go through a lot of stuff just to get my hands on him. And the reason it was so disappointing is because I wanted to obviously fight in a clean sport. I've done it my whole life. Mm-hmm. But because when you look at the fight on paper, you hold all the physical advantages anyways. I'm 39. You're 30. Barely 30.
Wow.
You're 6'4". I'm 5'11". I'm cutting 40 pounds to make 205, whereas you don't have to lose as much weight. You have all the advantages to begin with. Why do you need to try to sway it in your favor even more? Mm-hmm. Give a guy a shot. I started this thing at 31 years old, and that's why it, like, pissed me off, But, yeah, man, I just wish that we could have done this thing without any asterisks, even if he would have won. I've lost to guys before and moved on.
Yeah.
But the fact that we were scheduled to fight, we fought that one fight back in 2015, I think, and we got tested in December. Mm-hmm. There was some shaky stuff then. Then we were supposed to fight in April. We didn't. Oh, he beat me in January and failed some sort of test leading up to that. Then we fought we were supposed to fight in April. We didn't. He fought over in St. Peter. We were supposed to fight in July. He failed the drug test, so that fight got canceled. And then we fought again in July the next year, and he beat me. And then the fight got called a no contest because he failed another drug test. So he's failed drug tests every time we fought. Every time we fought, he's failed for like some sort of performance enhancement.
That's a friend.
You know what the problem is, Sway, too?
What's the problem?
It's that we're business partners.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be able to trust him a little bit because when we get a fight scheduled, when he doesn't fight, I either have to fight some random guy like Anderson Silva in 2 days, or I don't get a fight, which takes a ton of money out of my pocket. Right. So it's like we're business partners. And I generally make more money when I fight him because people are drawn to the rivalry.
People want to see that, man.
Yes. So, it's like he's a business partner, and that's why it's very disappointing.
He hits hard, man.
Not really. He kicks hard. He doesn't hit hard.
He doesn't hit hard.
When he punches, it's like he can't punch. I think maybe that's because of how long he is. Right? Little guys it's more compact.
Yeah.
He's real long, so he doesn't punch that hard, but he does kick very hard and knee.
Yeah.
He kicks and knees very hard.
Yeah, he's kneed you a few times.
Oh,
I'm surprised you did.
It's because I have to pursue him the whole time because he's so tall. If I stand on the outside, he's just going to pick me apart. So I'm pursuing him, and he's able to just kind of throw knees. So, yeah.
DC is here, man. Daniel Cormier is here. Let me ask you this, since we're talking about business. Say what you want about Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, but from a business perspective, them kind of bringing this hybrid fight together made a lot of people a lot of money.
Yes.
Now you're starting to hear a conversation about Mayweather and Habib, right? Which is probably going to happen, and when they're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So now you're seeing Tyson Fury and you're seeing Deontay Wilder fighting, for a heavyweight championship, and you got Anthony Joshua on the boxing side as well. Would you consider fighting one of these guys?
Man, let me tell you something. I go out there and fight Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, or Deontay Wilder. 2 punches and I'm taking him down. Because ultimately, here's the deal, right? Like, oh yeah,
but you can't take him down. You got a box.
That's why I'm not taking my ass over there. Because the reality of the situation is, I can beat them. I can beat all those guys in a free fight. In a boxing match, I have no chance. I cannot beat Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, or Anthony Joshua in a boxing match. But in a full fight, right? What men are put on this earth to do, if we're fighting, a free fight, I win every time.
Okay.
None of these guys could ever beat me in a free fight. But in a boxing match, in a single skill, I have no chance.
So Khabib has no chance against Mayweather like McGregor didn't?
That's very dangerous, man. Floyd's the best boxer of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, really, he's the best boxer of all time. As a teammate and friend of Khabib, I would love to see him fight because he'd make a ton of money. But the reality is, it's not a fight you're going to win. And Khabib's so tough, Floyd's not going to finish him. He's going to go through 12 rounds of fighting him and still pursuing him. But in a free fight, Floyd has no chance. Like Khabib will last longer in a boxing match than Floyd would last in a mixed martial arts fight, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Man, Daniel Cormier is here. Heather, go ahead.
Daniel, I have a question. Coming up, like if you were bad or your mom couldn't do anything with you, they would, to kind of control your temper, if you will, they put you in karate, sign you up for boxing. But I heard you say you got into it at 31. Did you?
Mixed martial arts, yes.
What made you go into it? Like
wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah, I wrestled since I was 11. So I was, my mom used to put, I was bad. Like, let's just get that out there right now.
Right.
I was the kid on the city bus that would, like, let go of the thing to fall into people. My mom be slapping them, and nobody ever felt bad for me. Right? You know, like, if you see a kid get smacked around on you, like, she shouldn't be hitting her kid. Everybody's like, get his little ass. Because I'm, like, falling into people, doing shit wrong over and over again.
Yeah.
They're like, beat him. He's bad.
Yeah.
But she would put she'd put mattresses in the backyard, like the old ones. And we would do WWE. So then they took me into wrestling, and I was like, man, this is awesome. Like, I started learning, and I did it my whole life. And then I went to Oklahoma State and made 2 Olympic teams. And afterwards, I was sitting there playing NBA 2K, and I was like, I need to do something more. And so I started fighting at like 30. I was almost 31 years old when I started. So I've only been doing this for about 8 years now. And I've essentially become the greatest fighter of all time.
Now, what did we learn from that, ladies and gentlemen?
You're never too old.
To play NBA 2K.
Yeah.
31 years of age. What the hell?
31 played 700 games. I was the man. I was ranked number 50 in the world.
What a bum.
Yeah, I was a bum.
Have you ever wondered, like, why do I love violence so much?
I look at my coaches, and I'm sparring and fighting, and I'm smiling, and they're like, I've never seen a person more happy in a combative situation. Like, I'm on the ground, like when I take people down and I'm like beating my partners or beating like the guys I'm fighting, I like look at my coaches and I smile at them. They're like, dude, you're out of your mind. Because I love it. Like, Sway, there's nothing to me. Like, I fought Dan Henderson, Anthony Johnson, those guys, and I was taking them down and I was beating them and I was making them work so hard that they get exhausted, right? They get so tired that they want to quit. And I like, when I can feel, like I can feel it, right? Like they're under me and I can feel them break.
Oh my God.
Like I can feel like their spirit and their will to fight like drain and break. There's nothing more satisfying to me.
So you just
And
like
then I just choke
suck
'em.
it, suck. Oh damn!
Daniel, do you drink?
Choke 'em?
I don't drink.
Oh, exactly. A guy like you cannot be around no dark liquor. Would you agree, HD?
Just like draining the life out of them. Sway, and then their head goes limp. Sway.
They
That's why
just
I really
stop.
get excited right
They
there.
just stop. Like
You
they
gotta-
just stop. Like Dan Henderson didn't even tap. So like when I let him go, his face just like bounced off the ground. He was sleeping.
So what about you ever went into football? What about football? That didn't do it for you. You played football?
I did. I
Okay.
did play football. I played football in
Not
Louisiana.
enough blood.
And
I couldn't choke out the quarterback.
no, it was
so-
wrestling, right? It was wrestling. Like I played football but Louisiana, it's like big and there's like a lot of pressure in football. So I was like, I don't want to do this no more. So I went and wrestled, but I liked it. I wasn't always like this. Like let's just be honest with you. Like I love to compete, and this is why I do this still to compete. But like, it's just when you're fighting, it's something so like it's like primal. You know, like it's crazy because you go back to like the old days. Like if we had to eat, I know I'm eating. Because I'm gonna take everybody out in here to get to my food, right? Like I gotta eat, right? I know how to eat. Like my kids are gonna eat.
put up
my
a fight
family's
though,
gonna eat.
Daniel.
Of course you will. But you might get tired. Don't get tired.
Don't
though,
get
Sway.
tired because I know you're gonna be looking at me. Start smiling. Look at him. He's getting limp. I'm gonna choke him a little more.
I'll just eat whatever's left over. Fuck that. Y'all good?
Y'all good? You and Sway good? Y'all full? Y'all full over there? All right, just throw me a couple bones over here.
Right,
Scraps.
the fight is this November the 3rd at Madison Square Garden. We got Brian on the line from Jersey. Go ahead, Brian.
Jersey, stand up.
Brian, what you want to say, man?
Hey, yo, Sway, what up? What's good, yo?
What's poppin'?
GB, Heather B, Tracy G.
What up,
yo,
fam?
yo.
Hi.
First time caller. I
Yeah.
just wanted to say to Cormier, like, yo, at the end of the day, John Jones whooped your ass twice, yo. How you feel about the fact that he was on coke and drugged out and still beat your ass? If it wasn't for the fact that him being on them drugs, he'd be wearing a belt.
He would whip my ass worse, you said?
Nah, he whooped your ass while he was high.
Could you?
Cokehead beat your ass, and you left the ring crying. Like, yo, what's up with that?
It's okay. I made a lot of money, and I still got my belt back. So regardless of whether or not I lost, they said, okay, DC, you weren't on coke, so here's your belt back, and here's more money. So it works out. But thank you for calling. You were awesome, actually. You want to come in studio?
I'm dying.
Don't do it, Brian. Tap out, man.
Make you
Tap
cry,
out,
nigga.
Hey, Brian, you're a citizen, man.
Sway in the morning.
All right, Ken from Virginia. Go ahead,
What up,
Ken.
kid?
Hey, how y'all doing this morning? This is first time caller.
Hey,
You know,
what's
I
up?
love y'all to death.
Thank you,
Hey,
Ken.
look, for Daniel Cormier, I love you too, man. I love what you do in the ring. Sway hit it on earlier. But what I need to know is how you plan to stay away from that punch from Derrick Lewis this weekend, man.
I mean, I got some options. You know, I could try to wrestle him to just keep taking him down, or maybe I just go into it and just engage him in that type of fight. You know, that's what fans like. You know, fans like to watch the they want to see me take the risk. At times I don't take the risk, and people don't seem to like it, but obviously it's worked for me the most. But I can do anything with Derrick, man. I can stand with him. If this is a stand-up fight and there is no wrestling, I still feel I have enough skill to get the job done. Because I mean, I knocked out Stipe Miocic in the first round.
Yeah.
He was the longest reigning heavyweight champ of all time. So I feel like there's just a ton of ways for me to win this fight.
All right, hey, Ken, thanks for your call, man. You talked about what the fans want to see. One of the criticisms of Khabib's fight against McGregor is his style. And I even heard other fighters say, I don't like his style. He just kind of controls people, and it's just no excitement. No, does that matter?
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Khabib's 27-0.
Yeah.
He's won 11 fights in the UFC, and he's the undisputed champion. I mean, how do you argue with that? And here's the deal, right? People love a lot of guys, right? They love Conor. He's a stand-up guy. He'll knock you out. They love Jones. Jones will take you down and beat you up. That's where Jones does the most of his work. He's good on the feet, sure.
Yeah.
But Jones will take guys down and beat them on the ground with the elbows.
That elbow. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of your choice in people, right? If they don't like Khabib, the person, because his religion, obviously, very devout Muslim. He's different from a different country. So and he was beating up one of the most all-time favorite guys in UFC history.
Whooping his
Conor McGregor.
ass.
Beating him bad, right? So
Yeah.
that will also cause some sort of emotion from people because they're mad because their favorites are getting beat. The problem is when you love these guys that are stand-up guys, you put them in there with wrestlers and we just kind of take them down and wear them out. So even when I fought Rumble walks out to just unbelievable cheers. I don't, because they know at a point I'm going to take him down to the point that he gets tired and I'm going to submit him. And they kind of, he was one of their favorites. Every fight's a knockout. But when you fight a guy like me or Habib or Velasquez, we try to just wear you out.
Who's going to win the McGregor Habib too?
The thing about Conor is, and I'm telling you, man, like, I like Conor. I think he's a great guy. He's a gentleman. I think what he's doing is great around the world, trying to benefit people. But stylistically, this is just a bad matchup for him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much he can do to change what Habib was doing to him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be a hard fight for him regardless.
Okay, man. Daniel, man, we could do this all day, man. Daniel Cormier is here. He's going to be fighting Derrick Lewis Saturday, November 3rd at Madison Square Garden. Yes, man. This is for the UFC 230. Man, it's going to be crazy for the heavyweight championship of the world. Man, big fan of yours, brother. Thank you for coming through, man.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate that.
Come back, too. Come back after a fight. I want to see what you look like.
I will, yeah. Like this. That's why I fight heavyweight.
Okay.